Hello, Sacred Souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is healing from the vicious, evil, vile, spiteful, jealous, envious, hateful energies of a sibling or several siblings. And I was guided to the Cain and Abel story today, where Cain killed his brother Abel out of jealousy. But there's also another story in the Bible where Joseph was killed, almost killed by his brothers, who then sold him into slavery. And that was all out of jealousy as well, because they were jealous of his gift. Now, so many of us who have received special spiritual gifts, most of us, the gift of healing in one form or another, were earth angels, light workers, light warriors, star seeds, crystal children, and so on. When we start speaking about that, we end up attracting a lot of jealousy and spite and hate, because people judge us and think, who do they think they are? They think they are better, and so on, right? So that also is reflected in our siblings, who might already have sort of a love-hate relationship with us to begin with. Like, for example, in the case of my brother, he's my half-brother, and his dad left him when he was a fairly small child. So he already had abandonment issues and was jealous that my dad was around, even though he wasn't around that much. But, so my brother directed a lot of hate towards me as I was growing up. And many of us have had some form of a love-hate relationship with a sibling or several siblings, maybe with all of them or some of them. And if that gets aggravated by a special gift that we may have received and they haven't, then it can get very toxic. And I've actually just had some of that directed at me. I was shown that my 3 older half-sisters, or actually 2 of them, on my dad's side, were quite jealous of me, but in secret. We only really got in touch as adults, and I thought this was actually, wonderful that we got to know each other. But as I was opening up more to the spirit world, and I was being shown more and more who my hidden enemies were, that was also revealed to me. So, I also went through some, feelings of betrayal and so forth, right? And I'm sure some of you might have also felt something similar, where, someone really close to you, like even maybe a best friend or someone you really trusted to have your back, ended up secretly hating you and working against you, and maybe even using black magic against you, or wishing you dead, or whatever, right? So, there's a lot of underlying stuff in regular 3D society that people who are not on the spiritual path and who don't do the work might not even be aware of the toxicity they put out into the world and what they're actually doing and creating, right? So we're going to heal some of that. I have a whole bunch of stuff here in front of me. So basically, I'm going to talk you through everything, then we're going to call the spirit guides in as usual, and so on. So first, I have a route, because they're redoing the waterfront here. So it's like this route was ripped out, and there I was thinking, it's like when something that was hidden is uprooted and brought to light, but it's also kind of broken, right? So that's all the hidden stuff that is being shown to us now for healing and to release it. Then this sort of very twisted piece of wood shall represent the sick, twisted emotions of those who send us all these toxic energies and wishes, and yeah, what I just mentioned earlier. Then as I got to the beach, there was some soil that actually felt very much like clay. So like rather than the store-bought clay, I felt inspired to actually make a dark heart out of that we're going to put in the fire to burn away and transmute the dark evil heart of those that don't wish us well, that actually wish us ill. And this bunched up twine shall represent the cords that we, have with our siblings where it might be toxic and unhealthy. And we're going to put that in the fire as well. Then here I have a little yellow mushroom drawn on there. And at first I was going to use it more for an escape. And yeah, sorry, my hands got really dirty again from just touching the heart. For using it as an escape, because when people do mushrooms, it's like doing drugs, escaping, right? But then I felt like, no, this is actually more like a toxic mushroom. So like more the toxic, evil, jealous, emotional poison. And for that, we're going to use like some yellow mustard as well to get rid of that. But it shall represent that. Then the little wooden skull shall represent how they may wish us dead. Boo shall represent how they may want to keep us in a state of fear and weak rather than coming into our power and being strong and stepping up and fulfilling our soul purpose. Then the bat shall represent energy vampires, so like the parasitic, vampiric sucking of our energies, which I have been feeling as part of what I described earlier. A lot of times it's like when there are unhealthy connections, a lot of times like the people that are used to being in power, they end up being energy vampires, right? Then here we have a cobweb and a spider to represent like the astral spider and the web in which they try to catch us and keep us restricted and limited. And the cat and the witch's hat shall represent black magic and evil witchcraft and any kind of like dark magic and arts used against us. And the ghost and the pumpkin shall represent haunting, that, they might be doing psychic spying on us, that they might try to haunt us and invade our dreams, stuff like that they may send some entities towards us. And then here I have another root that shall represent the root cause of all this jealousy, which is usually lack of unconditional love in childhood and often a sense of abandonment, right? And finally, I found a root that reminds me a little bit of ginseng. I know, not quite, but you gotta have a little bit of fantasy here. So this shall represent the healing, right? So ginseng is very healthy. It's very good for us. So healing. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna quickly ring the bell to get started, in case I forget later. Sometimes I forget. I'll quickly use the rattle. Okay, so let's call in our spirit guides, and then we're going to put all of this in the fire to heal, to have all of this transmuted, to burn away all the dark, evil, low vibrational stuff, the toxic stuff, and have it transmuted into love and light. And then bring in the healing with that and heal the root cause of the problem of all of this. All right. Dear Creator, higher power, source, and soul energy, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, and ancestors, our ancestors that are in the light, and great spirit of the fire, which needs to be fed again. Please help us heal all this toxic, evil, vicious, spiteful, jealous, envious, sibling rivalry that is part of the toxic male programming in society, in families, especially in enmeshed families where there's emotional incest going on as well, where there's a lot of narcissism and that kind of stuff, right? So let, first of all, everything that is still hidden be fully and completely brought to light and exposed, and then be burnt away and transmuted into love and light and be healed. Let all the toxic, evil emotions be burnt away, and transmuted into love and light. And I'm just gonna actually squirt the mustard in there now. Let all the emotional, toxic poison be put in the fire to be transmuted into love and light and be released. Actually, I'm gonna suck a little bit out as well. Oh, whew. Oh, sorry, the smoke is getting bad again too. Oof. All right, and let all the toxic bonds and cords, soul bindings, vows, soul contracts, shackles, chains, leashes, karmic debts, and any and all other toxic connections. Yeah, emotional connections too. Between us and our siblings be burnt away and transmuted into love and light, and let all that toxic evil stuff be fully and completely burnt away and transmuted. Let the dark evil hearts be burnt away and transmuted and healed. Let them be filled with love and light. And let us put all the toxic poison that's sort of mushroom-like. Oh, yes, I didn't even think of that before. Mushroom-like, like fungus. It's like they spread like fungus. So they spread in the consciousness, in the energy field, body, mind, soul, spirit, energy field, and they get spread in the families too, right? So it's like if the parents are toxic, then the children become toxic, and the siblings are toxic with each other, and so on, right? So let all that toxic programming and patterning be burnt away. Whoops, hold on. Fish that out again. Let it be burnt away and transmuted into love and light. Let all the wishes that we may die be burnt away and transmuted into love and light. Any wishes to keep us in fear and limited be burnt away so that we don't step into our power. Let all of that be burnt away and transmuted into love and light, neutralized and released. Well, same as the death wish. And let the parasitic, vampiric patterning and energies and needs of our siblings who are emotionally not so stable and conscious be burnt away and transmuted into love and light. And let all the astral parasites, like astral spiders and they're cobwebs, they're spider webs that are trying to limit us and hold us back and control us, be burnt away and be transmuted into love and light. Let any dark magic be burnt away, transmuted into love and light. And whoa, did you just hear that crackling? And let all the haunting, and by that I also mean like psychic spying and dream invasions and just haunting and taunting us through the spiritual realm, possibly by sending entities our way. Let all of that be burnt away and transmuted into love and light. And look at this. That looks like a creature. Makes me think of Star Wars. Kind of like an alien creature. And that's almost like a starship up there, like in the distance. And that's a little bit like a camel's back, but like an alien camel of some sort. That's really neat. That's how it looked when I removed all the stuff. So that was really cool. Okay, and finally, please heal the root cause of all this sibling rivalry, the hate, the vicious, evil, vile, spiteful, jealous energies, all that control, all that misdirected self-hate, really. Let all of that be healed. Let it be transmuted, burnt away and transmuted into love and light. Let all those insecurities that cause the jealousy and the hate that stem from lack of conditional love, so lacking unconditional love in childhood, and from the existing abandonment issues, let all of that be healed. Let it be burnt away and transmuted by the fire. Let it be healed. Bring in massive amounts of healing light and unconditional love from the divine, from source energy. And that's when we're going to put in the root that represents ginseng. Bring in all the healing that we and our siblings need so that these patterns, these toxic patterns, can be broken once and for all. Please flood all of us and our siblings with massive amounts of healing light and unconditional love. Fill every cell, every fiber of our body, minds, spirits, souls, and energy fields with this healing light and unconditional love. And let us be surrounded by it, by a 12D shield with golden light. Let us be fully and completely shielded and protected. And fill us with massive amounts of inner peace and happiness. Let us be connected to the oneness of the universe, of Mother Earth. Help us let go of anything that is still dark, evil, and low vibrational. And bring all the healing necessary to us so that we can fully and completely ascend, move through 4D and into 5D. And we can fulfill our soul purpose. And we can start new communities that are based on love, helping each other, on cooperation rather than competition, where people live together in peace and harmony rather than war and fighting and all that stuff. And so it is. All my relations. Wow, the energy definitely feels way more peaceful. It feels so good. I'm sending you so much love and light, so many blessings, and wish you an abundance in all areas of your lives. Let this mini ceremony now be finished. Thank you for watching and be well until next time. Bye.